Thank you for that. To Eoghan Corry, travel and aviation journalist. Eoghan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jonathan.
I can't imagine there being anything more stressful than flying in the next couple of days, but there's tens of thousands of people who are doing it. Lots of family here waiting to get people home. We've gone past the point where there was a question mark over the flights. So it's really just about passing through the airport, getting on the plane, getting the PCRs or the antigens done and getting back to Ireland.
Yeah, it's pretty busy. We'll have about 240 flights in each direction tomorrow. It's the second busiest day of the period. Sunday was the busiest. About 800,000 going through the airport now. Dublin Airport back in November would have predicted 1.2 million, still short of the 1.5 million of 2019. But that has been scaled back by the uncertainty, and some people have pulled out of flights. They're still quite full and very expensive, as anyone who went to book or is trying to book in the new year will find.
So what is it like? Is it pleasant at the moment, or is it just a rather stressful experience trying to get through an airport that's not exactly configured to have people well distanced out from each other?
There are stresses, but they've done really well. I mean, the Dublin Airport queuing system, their way of getting people through security, they've risen to that particular challenge. We know that because, from July it ramped up and we've had busier days during the summer than we'll have over Christmas. Airline staff know what to do. Very importantly, passengers know what to do. They have a fair idea what's required at the gate. Not bringing out telephone directories of printed material has happened earlier in the cycle. So I would expect everything to go through very smoothly over the coming days. The big difference, and let's put it in one sentence, before COVID you could travel with your boarding pass and your passport. You now need 4 pieces of documentation. You need your boarding pass, your passport, your digital COVID cert, and you need a locator form. When you're returning to Ireland, you're going to need a test as well. Outbound, you won't need a test to travel within the European Union. Obviously, if you're going to America, you'll need it. If you're going to Portugal, you'll need it. And Italy and Greece also have testing requirements. The rest of Europe, pretty much unchanged outbound. But remember that locator form. A lot of people forget it.
And the testing at the airports, that's running well, isn't it? I know it's run by private operators for the most part, but you can get a test. It's something you can book and turn around quite quickly, but don't leave it too late, obviously.
It turns around very cleanly, very quickly. Again, all of that process has changed. The prices come down as well. PCR test would have been close to €100, come down to around 45. Antigen tests can come back very quickly. I'm pretty used to attending antigen events where an antigen test is required for entry every day. The test result can come back very quickly in about 10, 20 minutes. They say allow about an hour for that. So you can get tested and fly the same day if you're flying to those countries that require them, such as Portugal and the United States, and returning a lot of antigen tests available in English airports. But that test requirement is the added stress. It's actually the one thing that drove people a little bit over the edge. We saw cancellations of trips, a lot of travel. There's not a lot of travel at this time of the year, Jonathan, but a lot of what takes place is things like Premiership matches. So people said it's not worth the hassle.
Okay, all right. Safe travels to anyone who is moving through an airport. Eoghan Corry, travel